Men, have you been doing everything within your power that you can possibly think of to keep your marriage together, to keep your family intact, to save your legacy? Have you bought your wife flowers, poured out your heart via text message, promised that you're going to change everything overnight? Or are you even giving her space only to watch her pull even further away? Every single thing that you thought was going to work, if she only knew how you felt, then she would change her mind. And instead, it helped her make up her mind even stronger. The divorce is back on like Donkey Kong, and she's moving on even faster. If everything that you're trying seems to make things worse, stick around. In this video, I'm going to explain why that's happening and show you how to turn it around. Once you hear this, you won't be able to hit the pause button.
You just got to be coachable.
If you don't already know who I am, my name is Griffin, and I've dedicated my career to helping men rescue their marriages when their wife has 1 or even 2 feet out the door. If you've already got a legal divorce and your wife is not remarried, I'm not going to help you move on after the divorce. I'm going to help you reconcile with that wife as long as she's not legally remarried to another man. My mission is to prevent divorce in the first place. No matter what your situation is, I teach you how to reconnect with your wife so she wants to be in the relationship. See, it's not enough to change yourself. You have to position your leadership in the changes that you're making so that your wife changes at the same time. Otherwise, she's going to resent your changes. The admission price for today's video is simply one thing. Hit that subscribe button, but more importantly for you, go to the bell notification and change the settings to all. I don't want you to miss one single video because I'm going to start putting out this week 3 videos. This week, I'm going to start putting out 3 videos, and I don't want you to miss one single video that can help you turn the train around that's heading to divorce and game over. For those of you that are my subscribers, you've been hearing me talk about for 6 weeks now about the upcoming free text message training. Tomorrow, we're going to be posting a video with the link and the instructions to register for that training, and I want to make sure that you don't miss that free text message training that's exclusive for subscribers. If you've already done that or you're doing that in this video, go right now in the comments and put in the comments that you do want the free text message training, and my team will send you the link to register for that training this week. In that upcoming text message training, I'm going to show you the right words that can reignite connection and transform your marriage in as little as 7 days. If you want in, make sure you're subscribed in the notifications and drop in the comment that says, I want the text message training, and I'll send you out those details personally. So why it feels sudden? You might think your wife's announcement came out of nowhere. Maybe there's no cheating, there's no abuse, no addiction, but here's the truth. By the time that a woman says she wants a divorce, she's been mentally and emotionally checked out for a long time. The second thing that's typically on a woman's mind when she walks out the door is years of unmet needs. Over the months or even the years, she starts to feel like she's speaking a different language from you. She might have hinted that she was unhappy. She might have even said she felt like roommates. She might have even said, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. But if nothing has changed, she stopped talking, she started pulling away. To you, it seems sudden, but to her, it's the final step in a process that's been unfolding quietly for some time now. The third thing that I want to talk to you about is when her tone changes. When she finally says, I'm done, her tone might feel cold, it might even feel hateful, it might feel cruel. That change isn't about hatred, it's about self-protection in her mind. She's already grieved the relationship. To her, at this point, this is closure. For you, it's all new, but she's been processing all of this for a long time right now. The fourth thing that you need to be aware of is there's not one single villain. There's not one single bad guy to your story. A lot of men that are in your shoes will look for what I call the single villain to blame. It's another guy, sometimes betrayal, but most of the time there isn't just one single villain. Now, a lot of times you'll hear me talk about on my YouTube channel, the villains or the enemies of the marriage, but it's very normal for you to think that there's one. It's your mother-in-law, it's her hooker best friend, it's this new person at the new job, or it could be an affair partner, emotional or physical or sexual. An affair partner is never the reason that a marriage fails. An affair partner is simply the fruit of a failed marriage. That means there's good news. You can turn it around by getting rid of those roots. Divorce often comes from death by 1,000 cuts, repeated moments where she felt unheard or unloved. That doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you both in a position where you've slipped into patterns that have eroded the connection. Maybe you got complacent. I did when I was in your shoes. When I was facing a divorce, my wife wanted nothing to do with me. I would have gave anything. I would have gave my left nut to reconcile the marriage. And ultimately, I did figure out how to do that. And now that's what I teach in my program called Divorce Stoppers. But maybe for you, you didn't really get complacent. Life just got busy and you fell into what's normal. But that's also the reason that it's normal to get a divorce. But that slow erosion builds up into a decision in your wife, which leads me to my fifth bullet here, exceptions. There are exceptions to everything that we're talking about right now. Sometimes your marriage might be in a place where it's failing because of mental health issues like bipolar disorder. Sometimes it could be dementia. A lot of times when a woman starts to hit menopause, she can suffer from menopausal dementia caused by hormone irregularities. If your wife has started taking hormones, or she might have even started taking testosterone. Do you know how many students that I get, their wife recently got on testosterone because her OBGYN said she was low and she needs it. Now all of a sudden she gets on testosterone and she files a divorce. Dementia can play a part in hormonal changes, but you can still restore the marriage if you understand how to navigate these waters. These situations oftentimes need professional help, but on the other side of things, if you understand that those things that I'm just now talking about can all build in confirmation bias, and a lot of times if you stop trying to work on the marriage because working on the marriage is never going to work, some of that stuff that you're dealing with, even if it's biological, and sometimes even if it's a mental disorder, if you understand how to navigate the waters on how to take a woman out of confirmation bias against you and or the relationship, which could even be projected confirmation bias from past relationships that have been projected onto you, and now you and the marriage are paying the price for that because she doesn't understand the emotional state that she's in, and she doesn't even understand what confirmation bias is, or that she may actually have it. But if you can identify confirmation bias, even if it's childhood trauma, even if it's coupled with emotional disorders or mental illness or mental disorders, if you understand how to navigate the waters of confirmation bias, a lot of those things can be alleviated, and you actually are probably the best person to help your wife out of those disorders, out of those hormonal changes, and how to navigate the reasons that those hormonal changes or those change caused increased confirmation bias. And all of this stuff that I'm talking about, if she wants a divorce, it's not enough to understand one thing. If confirmation bias exists, you have to understand how to navigate the entire ball of wax in a way that restores the marriage quickly to dissolve confirmation bias. And when I say quickly, one of the things you probably have heard me say on the YouTube channel is you've got to slow down to speed up. But in the Divorce Stoppers program, the goal is always to put some speed on it. Why is that? Because if your wife does have confirmation bias, the way that you dissolve it is you dissolve that in the amount of time that it takes to get rid of psychological confirmation bias that has been present so long that it's become biological. It takes 7 full weeks of doing everything correct with no mistakes to dissolve it. Once you've dissolved confirmation bias, everything else can fall in place. And there's a lot more that you've got to do if confirmation bias exists. And you're in a place of separation, whether it's in-house, whether you're nesting, whether you're physically separated, you're in an active divorce case where attorneys are present. By the way, if you have attorneys present, you better book a call with my team sooner than later, because by being Mr. Nice Guy in the divorce can almost guarantee that your marriage isn't restored, or certainly delay that tremendously if you don't know what you're doing as you navigate those waters, which we cover that in the program on coaching calls if you're finding yourself in that situation. But let's go back to the long-term emotional disconnection and the unmet needs that comes from confirmation bias. If you know that's where you're at right now and you need some more videos on what is confirmation bias and how to navigate those waters, put that in the comments right now. And in just a moment, I'm also going to give you a link of something that you can register for today that's a free resource to you that can help you start working on that today. But this leads me to my next point. What is your role in where all of this has ended up? So what do you do if you want to turn things around? Well, first thing that you need to do is resist the urge to beg and resist the urge to bargain with her, because that never works. Instead, start by listening to her, right? So here's how you start the process of dissolving confirmation bias. You make her feel heard, valued, and seen in your communication, okay? You let her share her pain and do not defend yourself. See, it's human nature to defend ourselves, but when you stop defending yourself, other people will show up to start defending yourself. As a matter of fact, if you position your new leadership so that you stop defending yourself, she will organically, with a little bit of time, start defending you. When she starts defending you, that's actually a way of serving you. When somebody serves you, they only do that with curiosity. Well, what makes somebody curious? To do something different. Have you been defending yourself this whole time? Stop defending yourself. That will make her curious. She will start defending you. Well, Denver, what are you talking about? She's going to be starting to do all this. Curiosity is level 1 of attraction. When somebody starts defending you, they're serving you. And when someone serves you, they will fall back in love with you. Denver, what are you talking about? Let me ask you a question. For those of you that have kids, especially in the West, we often have unconditional love for our children. Why? Because their whole life, we have served them. Now, if you go back and think about your children, as I think about mine, one of mine is behind this camera. Does he deserve to be served? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he has a poor attitude. Maybe he's a teenager. Maybe he was even a bad kid, right? Did he deserve to be served when he was undeserving of being served, of being taken care of? Probably not. But because I've done it anyway, I have unconditional love. So what I'm telling you is I'm giving you some simple advice that's practical on how to get your wife to fall back in love with you in a way that's romantic and even sexual passion. You've got to lead her to start serving you. It's not enough to just change yourself. You've got to lead her in a way that causes her to change. So stop defending yourself. Acknowledge where you turned out or dismissed her feelings. Then commit to real, consistent changes. With everything that comes out of your mouth, convey that you hear her, you see her, and you value her. This isn't about big gestures of like some grandiose thing that you're going to be doing. It's about showing up every single day, communicating openly, and sharing the load together, because now you're making her feel seen. Put in the comments right now if you're in the place where I was when I was going through what you're going through. And here's what I'm talking about. When I was facing an unwanted divorce, I just knew that if my wife could see my heart, we would get back together. But my wife did not see my heart. Do you know why she didn't see my heart? Because I wasn't making her feel heard, valued, or seen herself. My communication was unintentionally, but it was about selfish, what Denver wanted. Denver wanted to save his marriage. He wanted his wife back. He wanted to restore the relationship. And I couldn't see what I had done to my wife in the past couple of years before the marriage completely failed. As it was failing, as it was breaking down, I wasn't hearing my wife. I wasn't seeing her, and my communication was certainly not making her feel valued. So what I want you to do instead is start focusing on being the partner that she wanted to be with in your communication. See, a lot of you right now, you think, well, my wife doesn't trust me anymore. Guess what? It's not up to your wife if she trusts you or not. Guess who that is up to? It's up to you if your wife trusts you or not. Well, how do you do that? You put in the effort to rebuild trust by new, consistent, new relationship histories of trustworthy behavior. Show her that you're evolving up here. The Bible says that to have the life that you want, to have the marriage that you want, you have to have a transformation by the renewing of your mind. That's psychology. That's evolving in the way that you think. Out of the overflow of the heart, your mouth will speak. So far, you haven't been able to see your wife. You don't understand how to communicate with her, and your mouth has been speaking death into your relationship. Whatever, how do you know that's what I've been doing? I know that for a fact because you're watching this video, okay? And so what you've been doing so far is you haven't been showing her that you're evolving. You've just been trying to show her that you're keeping her from leaving. So what I want you to do is remember this. This is not a marathon. Yes, you have a need for speed, but you've got to slow down to speed up. This isn't a marathon. It's not a sprint. If you slip back into the old habits after a week, she's going to notice that. You've got to stay the course in the amount of time that it takes for confirmation bias to completely dissolve. Put in the comments right now, is any of this resonating with you? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to join that free text message training that we're going to be offering registration for this week, at least by Wednesday, no later than Wednesday, I want you to put in the comments right now, what have I talked about in this video so far that you're dealing with? And I respond to every single comment. If you know that you need text message communication training, also put that in the comments and we will respond this week with a link so that we can get that live resource out. Something else I want you to do, put in the comments what time of day and what day is better for you, and we'll take the majority of the comments and that's when we'll make it happen. I don't mind doing it at midnight because it's going to be a live training. I am not going to make that training available on YouTube. It is going to be a live Zoom training. Your comments not only help you process in what you're going through, they'll also help other men realize that they're not alone. Plus, YouTube promotes videos that have active discussions. So in your comments, make a real difference and explain what you're dealing with, and I'll also respond to that. So the last thing I want you to be aware of is stop being delusional and thinking that your situation is going to change unless you do something to change it, right? If you know in your heart that you have a need for speed, but out of fear, your fat ass has been piled up on the couch for a month, you've lost 40 pounds, you're having feelings of hopelessness, you're thinking about checking out because this is the worst thing that you've ever been through in your life. Your subconscious man is trying to protect you by telling you that you're going to wake up tomorrow and it was just a nightmare, but that's never going to happen. So stop waiting for the perfect moment to change. If your marriage is on the brink, every day counts. And you don't have to go it alone. There's coaching. There's coaching that's available to you. There's free resources that I have called my Marriage U-Turn Masterclass that's available to you. You could book a call with us and do a strategy session call, and we'll help you figure out, are you in a place to turn this around? Do you need a mentor to help you see your blind spots? Are you too close to your situation to see your situation? Do you need somebody else to look and find those blind spots for you and help come up with a plan of action that's actually going to work? Acting now with support could be the difference between reconciliation and regret. Let me ask you a question. Are you at a place right now in this video? I'm about to give you 2 free resources. But before I have my editor put those on the screen, let me ask you a question. Is it possible that the place that you're in right now and the decision that you make in the next 30 seconds when I put up these 2 free resources that are available to you, is it possible that the decision that you're about to make right now is going to alter and determine the way the rest of your entire life is going to look? If that's you, put that in the comments, number 1, and tell me, Denver, I'm making a decision today to put time on my side. I am no longer going to be delusional. I realize I have a need for speed. I am going to be disciplined to do something different and go a different course right now. Your discipline in any area of your life determines your destiny. I call that the 3 Ds. Your discipline determines your destiny. Right now, if you know that you need to register for our free Marriage U-Turn Masterclass that I'm teaching live 13 times this week, scan the QR code on the left side of the screen and register to attend that free live U-Turn Marriage Masterclass. This is going to help you take the first step in turning this all around. After you've registered for the free Marriage U-Turn Masterclass, pause the video and go register if you haven't already done that. Now listen to me. Those seats fill up fast, and I don't want you to have to wait till next week for that free Marriage U-Turn Masterclass. If you've already done that, and you know that while you're waiting on that free Marriage U-Turn Masterclass, and if you know that you're ready to dive deeper and get a structured plan, scan the QR code on the other side of the screen and book a private strategy session call with me or my team, and we will walk you through a specific situation and craft a roadmap back to connection for you. In the free Marriage U-Turn Masterclass, I'm going to break down the exact steps to reignite your relationship. Both options on both sides of the screens are designed to give you the tools that you need to win your wife back. Before you go, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel, click the bell button, change the notification settings to all, and put in the comments that you want to be a part of the free text message training that I'm teaching live this week. It is not going to be available on YouTube. I am not going to put the recording on YouTube. If you miss the live, you miss the training. If you know you need that, put in the comments you want my team to send you the link to register for it. We are for sure going to figure out how to make it happen live this week. Put the day and the time that works best for you. If you want it midday, if you want it in the morning, if you want it on the weekend, or you want it at night. I could care less when I do it. I'm here to serve you. And if you know 100% that you're facing divorce, the next video that's popping up, make sure and watch it. I love you. I hope to see you soon.